Hi, you can see that writing code is interesting, but it can be very complex. There are many ways you can organize your code. I told you you can use, once you install your interpreter, Python interpreter that you will use in running your Python code. Once you install the Python interpreter that you're going to use in running your Python code, IDE is one way of making your code less complex to write, easier to write. So there are some other things you can use to make your code easier to write. The name of a variable too. Remember, x is equal to 6 is a variable. There are rules in naming variable. I've mentioned it before. You can start with a letter or underscore, but you can't start with number. But you can use number, but you can't start with number. For example, x3d, maybe you are referring to 3 dimension, is equals to 7.8. Okay, this is a valid variable. X is also a valid variable. Even slash underscore 3 is equals to 8. This is a valid variable. So if I say underscore 3 is equals to 8, print underscore 3, that's a valid variable. But to make our code more organized, we have to use what we call comment. We have to use comment. And there are two types of comment. We have single line comment, we have double line comment. So single line comment is hash. It will not be run by the compiler. Just to take note, maybe for anybody that wants to, you can see code can become very complex. You can see what you have written before. It could become very complex even though you are typing it. It will become very complex. But when you put comment, it might not be very confused. When you write a lot of code and you come back to it, it might be confusing. You may try to even start writing another one. Probably you have spent up to 3 weeks to write a code or more than that. But because it's going to be a bit complex, you might try to start writing it from scratch. So to avoid all those things, one of those things you can organize, one way to organize the code is to use comment. Comment is not part of the code, but it's just to denote some things. Maybe anybody that wants to use your code so that they'll be able to know what is going on or be able to track some ideas. So you have comment, you have single line comments like that, like let me use an if statement. Beginning. This will not be found. Anything after this hash will never be a code. Beginning, I'm trying to write beginning here. Beginning of if. Let me just say that's the code. Then you now say if x is equals to 7. I'm going to put an hash here because this one is not part of the code. Anything after this hash will not be run. It's just to take note. So this is not part of the code. So we have x is equals to 3. So if x is equals to 7, it will not be executed, right? But it's a valid code. So print, leave 4 spaces of your using spacebar. Print 7. It should not be executed. So I can say hash. Can put hash here on the same line. End of code. End of code. So I can just end of code. So that's a single line comment. But sometimes you may want to write comment that's more than a line. So you use single quote or double quotes to do that. No, not single quotes. You use so this is single line comment hash. But when you want to write comment that you want than a line, you use triple quotes. You start writing everything in between the triple quotes, not after only. Everything in between the triple quotes, you have to end the triple quotes. This could be single, this is a single quote, this is a single quote, single quote, single quote, single quote. Let me write it clearly here so that you can see. So this could be single, triple quote. You write on a line, continue. Maybe you want to write a lot of information that will not be seen by the interpreter. You write a lot of information, then you stop. Where you stop with single quote 3 times, or you have double quotes too. The key button that press double quotes once. So you have double quotes. You press this one once on your keyboard, another double quote. and that double quote. So this is triple double quote. And you have triple double quote, and that triple double quote, and that triple double quote. So it could be single triple quote or double triple quote. Let's quickly look at a very simple example. I'm using single triple quotes. One quote, one quote, one quote. A program. You can also use this on a line, but it has to be on the first indent. It has to be on the first indent. You can't use it after a statement. A program to learn how to write if statement in Python. So I have to end it with triple quotes. It could be triple single quotes or triple double. So this is triple single quotes. I'll start here. Let me say start. X is equals to 7. So I'll use single quote here. This is also this the symbol for single line comment. So I'll use single line comment here. 7 is value of x, and I now say if x is equals to 7, print 2. So I can use this one. You cannot use the triple quote here. I don't think it will work. But you can use the triple quote on a line, but it won't work after any statement. So this is if start. This one is just a comment. The compiler will not see it. It's just to take note of something. Display. I'm going to put hash here. Hash then display. And after that, I will now put. I can use the multi-line code on the line too, but it has to be on the first line here. It can't be other than that. On the first line, then let's see end. Can use triple quote on the line. Okay, thank you.